Hey guys, it's Brian at Legit Betting Edge, and in today's video I'm talking about how you can win big at sports betting. And listen, I'm just going to shoot from the hip here. This is not scripted. This is just me talking about what I feel is necessary, and this is going to go against a lot of theories out there of how to bet sports, etc. If you're trying to win big, this is what the theory is, okay? This is what the practice is if you want to win big. Now, this is not a video to tell you, slowly grind and build your bankroll. If you have a bankroll and you want to win big, then this is what you want to do, in my opinion, okay? First of all, you got to be tracking everything. Okay, you got to be a math guy at some level. You don't have to be a super genius. I'll be honest. Guys who are super analytical seem to lose a sense of what happens in games. Okay, they can't stay in tune with the ebb and flow of the game. So there is a benefit to being not super analytical. Okay, but if you have some math skills and you've played some sports before, you can kind of anticipate a rise and fall based on emotion spent, how games go, watching games, things like that. Those are all factors in there. Now, a lot of times you'll have a tough time quantifying those, so you got to create some values for those types of things. You got to create values on spreadsheets or on a pad or in a model where you can anticipate when a team is at its peak, coming up, and going down. Okay, so now let's assume that you got that covered. That's a whole nother video to create that. I'm not going to talk about that in this video, but let's assume you have that part down. Okay, you can anticipate certain things. Now, let's assume you're going to bet every day. Okay, let's assume that. Now, it's kind of like blackjack, what I'm about to explain to you, because when you sit at a blackjack table and you're doing a countdown on a deck, let's say you're very good at counting numbers at a deck, okay? You know when the deck's in your favor. That's when you're going to bet up. But you can't just sit out of the deck until those games come, right? You're going to have to play hands until the deck comes in your favor. Otherwise, they're going to throw you out of the casino, right? Otherwise, your sportsbook's not going to take your action, right? So you want to be, you want to do this under the radar, right? So you're going to have to make bets every day. And when you don't know or you don't feel super strong about a game, you're just going to bet a small bet. Okay, let's use $10 as an increment here. So let's use a $10 blackjack table as an example, okay? Because I'm gonna cross base this all through this video. So let's say you're playing $10 hands. Let's say the max on a blackjack table is $1,000. Okay, now you're gonna bet $10 hands, $10 hands, $10 hands. You're gonna bet $10 bets, $10 bets, $10 bets, until you come to a point where you feel very sure that a team is going to win the next game. And what you're going to do to help you with this is you're only going to watch a few teams. You're going to watch a couple of teams, a few teams, no more than 5 teams. You're just going to track and track and track and track and track these small amount of teams. You're going to get a rhythm for what these teams are doing. You're not going to try to conquer the whole league. You're just going to conquer these teams. Right? So you're going to follow these teams. You're going to bet on these teams even when you don't know they're going to win. And you're going to watch the numbers very, very closely. You're going to watch the numbers, watch the numbers, watch the numbers. And if you are good at what you do, and you're not going to, this is not something you're going to start tomorrow and kill it. You're going to watch numbers. You're going to see the rise and fall of statistics. You're going to see the rise and fall of shooting percentages, batting percentages, scoring percentages, completion percentages, whatever. You're going to watch the rise and fall of these things, and you're going to begin to be able to anticipate when a rise or a fall is going to occur in the next game. And by watching these small amount of teams over and over and over and over again, you get an idea for when a team is about to win. Okay? And the same thing for blackjack. You're watching the cards, you're counting the numbers, you're counting. You get an idea of when the cards are about to go your way. And that is the time where you're going to raise your bet. Okay? Now, are you going to do a 1% bet, a 3% bet, a 5% bet like a lot of people say you should do? Okay. If you want to bet 1% of your bankroll, which let's say you had $10,000 and you're betting, you got $1,000, you're betting a $10 bet, right? That's 1% of your bankroll. $10, $10, $10, $10. And then when the time comes, you jump your bet $50? Whatever you're comfortable betting, but you got to jump it up, right? Now, on a blackjack table, they may let you only go 3 times your bet. You may be able to jump it up once or twice, but once they see what you're doing, they're going to cut you off. So you're going to have to slowly ease it up there, okay? Slowly ease it up, slowly ease it up, slowly ease it up. And so you're going to use this, if you have a couple of outs, if you have a couple of books that you're making bets with, you can definitely jump your bet up pretty good and make a good score pretty quick. At a blackjack table, it's it's limited because they're going to watch you and they'll cut your action off. But the point of this is this: you're waiting for these moments where you recognize the rise and the fall of these teams, and when you see them, you strike. When you see them, you strike. When you see them, you strike. And I'm not talking about betting, 5, 10 plays a day. I'm talking about follow the team, bet 1 play. Follow the team, bet 1 play. Follow the team, bet 1 play. And when that team is ready to win, when you see those numbers, because you're looking at your spreadsheets, that's when you bet up. Now, there may only be a handful of times in 30 days where you're able to really get down some money, where you really feel good about getting down some money. And let's say it's 5 times, right? And let's say you win 4 out of those 5 times. You've won some pretty good money, right? So patience is the name of the game when you're doing this type of betting, when you're doing this type of tracking. Not everybody can do it. You have to have discipline. You got to be able to stay in front of your statistics, quantify them, look at them, update them, assess them. And then if you're not sure, you're going to hold back on those big bets. You're just going to keep betting small. And listen, don't get mad at yourself if you miss a spot where, oh man, I knew they were going to do it. I should have hammered that. And then you're impatient at that point forward. Don't let that happen. So the point of the matter is this: to win big, you have to track. You have to watch. You have to minimize what you're watching. You don't grab the whole world. You grab a small amount. You're betting on a daily basis, small amounts. You're staying connected to the statistics in every day, and you're watching, and you're quantifying, and you're watching the rise, you're watching the fall, you're watching the rise, you're watching the fall. And when the time comes, you're hitting a bet hard. You're hitting a bet hard. You're hitting a bet hard. And that's how you're going to increase your bankroll at a rapid rate. And that's how you can ultimately win big in the game. Okay? Now listen, if you're at a book and you win money and your book won't let you get down, and you're not in Las Vegas, your book will cut you off at a certain amount, or let's say it's a public book and you start really crushing them, they'll cut you off. You put your bankroll together and you start putting in different books. You start getting bankrolls in 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 outs. And even though you're betting a small amount on those books, small amounts on 7 or 8 or 10 outs is a large amount. So you got to think in terms of that. You got to be creative about how you spread your money around. But you can initially start in just a small book, deposit $1,000, bet $10 a play, and you can be going in that direction, and that's how you build it up. And what this is a long-term strategy. You're not going to watch the whole league. You're just going to watch a small amount of teams, and you're going to hammer those teams when you feel the time has come. When you see the numbers fall your way, just like in blackjack, you're going to hammer those bets, and you're going to do it smartly, and you're going to do it with discipline. Okay, so I just shot from the hip here. That's the general idea. I hope you get it. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment in the comment section, and let me know what you think. Appreciate you watching. Have a good day.